obviously you go into a competition like this, I'm assuming very excited to participate, very excited to pull the wool over everyone's eyes who's watching at home.
Take it off! Take it off! Jennifer Hudson! Take it off! Take it off! Take it off! Come on, baby! Take it off! I need this!
To be crowned winner, describe the emotions behind how this journey has capped for you.
I feel like the biggest word or the hot button word is it's validating. It really is. I went in to do the competition because I felt like it was fun. I really loved The Masked Singer. I'm a fan of the show. I watched it. I watched it with my mom. I watched it with my friends, especially during the pandemic. We had nothing else to do but watch TV. So it was just everything. It was just all so special. But to sing all of those songs and no one knows who I am. They don't know that it's me. I mean, like they guess, but they didn't know. And then to hear the amazing words from the judges, people that I admire, Nicole Scherzinger, who's a powerhouse triple threat, and Robin Thicke, who is an artist. I admire his pen, I admire his voice. His first album was one of my favorite albums in the whole entire world. It was just validating. It meant so much.
Now, throughout the season, how often were you checking in on social media to follow fan reactions and theories to see how many people were guessing who was wearing the harp costume?
You know, I didn't really follow, but I saw like, you know, a couple of comments. Like I'd post a picture and they're like, "We know you're the harp." I saw like the fanfare and kind of like the fun of it, like people trying to guess and try to see like where I am in the picture. Like, are you on the set right now? Like, you know, that was all really fun. It was all really fun.
Now, I read, and you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, I read that at the start of the show, the contestants, the celebrity contestants, if they want to tell each other who's wearing what, they can, but everybody has to sign an NDA, right? So if that's true, did you reveal to any of the other contestants at the start of the season that, hey, I'm the harp? And if so, who knew going into the show that you were under that costume?
This has been such an amazing experience just to be able to come out here and be completely covered and let my talent speak for itself.
Yes.
And the love that I have for people and wanting people to heal and feel what it is that I'm singing. So I hope everybody felt my soul.
No, you're not allowed to tell anyone. So I didn't know who any of the other characters were. Honestly, everyone else's guess was as good as mine. The only people that knew was obviously my team and my mom. Those were the only people that I actually revealed anything to.
Now, were you surprised along the way by some of the celebrity reveals? Like, what was the biggest shock reveal for you?
I shared the stage with Chris from NSYNC, so that was really cool. But I didn't see who some of the other celebrities were until the season was over and I watched it back. So I found out when everyone else did. So Gloria Gaynor, that was a really huge one. Montel Jordan, I actually sang against Montel Jordan. I didn't even know until I watched it back that he was under he was a Black Panther. I had no idea who I was singing against at all because it didn't sound like him to me. Kat Graham, someone that another actor that I admire. Like I was pretty shocked by a lot of the people this season.
So how did why did you want to be a harp? Like how much creative control did you have or creative input did you have in this costume? And why a harp? I mean, I thought it was beautiful. Your costume was amazing, right? The work that went into, the detail that went into this. Why a harp and how much creative input did you have in this costume?
Well, honestly, that I have to give kudos to the production and the design team because that was their suggestion and I just loved it. They showed me the design. They were like, "Do you love it? You know, this is our idea for you." And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." And then I saw it in person. It was even better than the sketch. I just felt like I had a Met Gala gown on with a harp in the back. Like I totally felt like you could see that at the Met Gala.
Absolutely. So, how hard was it for you, Amber, to keep secret that you were competing on the show? I mean, like you said, your mom knew, but your close friends and other family members, I mean, when you were done filming each week, assuming you filmed, you taped it each week, and you took the costume off and had to decompress at home, how challenging, how hard was it for you to not talk about your day and the filming experience?
It was pretty hard. It was pretty tough. Like, at least I got to talk to my mom about it. But like, even especially when I won, like to be that excited and have to hold that in for months, like that was really, really difficult, especially as it started getting toward the end and people really started figuring out that it was me. I kind of had to continue to like lie and be like, no, it's not me.
So what would you say was the toughest part about navigating this show, being a contestant on this show?
I think the hardest part was actually the costume, the mask specifically, because I really was singing into a microphone. There was no lavalier or anything on the inside. So like, it was just very weird because I couldn't really see. I had to really trust myself and my instincts because I literally could only see like this much directly in front of me. I couldn't see anything below me. I had no peripheral vision. So I had to trust myself on stage that what I rehearsed, I was able to do when I put my mask on. So that probably was the toughest part.
So let me ask you, when you are, a caliber of star like yourself, right? And for folks like me, who we can't sing, obviously, so we look at folks like you, we're like, yeah, stellar. They are born stars. But then you get on a show like this, no one knows who you are. No one knows that you are Amber Riley, professional performer, artist extraordinaire. And then you have your peers judging you and giving you advice, So what's that like, being a veteran at this, but still having to, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, act like an amateur, when you're under that costume, taking advice from performers who are just as experienced as you are? Like, what's the best advice you received this season?
Well, I mean, they didn't really give me any advice. I didn't get any advice from any of the judges, but honestly, it was freeing to get on stage and no one have any kind of a preset opinion, preconceived notions about who you are. Everyone is kind of seeing you through a very clear new lens, and they're listening with new ears. And that is actually an invaluable experience that I would say anyone that's been in the industry for a really long time should experience, because it lets you know that your talent speaks for itself. And it was more freeing to me than anything else. I don't think that I ever rely on anything that I've done before to, I prove myself every time I step out on the stage, and this is what I love to do. And I'm giving you a new energy every time that I step out on stage. So for me, it was more freeing than anything else.
Right on. So now that you've been crowned winner, how did you celebrate? How are you celebrating? And what are your friends and family who did not know until last night's reveal? What are they saying today?
Oh man, so we all came together last night after it was announced, because it was announced on the East Coast earlier. And so we all came together when it came on live here on the West Coast, and we all watched it together and watched the reveal. And it was exciting. It was fun. Everybody was hooping and hollering and laughing and cheering me on. And it was just a really special moment to share that with my family and friends.
Outside of this wonderful Masked Singer project, you've got a couple of other projects you're cooking up. Just recently, I'm reading my notes here, the Black Beauty Effect debuted.
Yes.
What can you tell us about that experience, the Black Beauty Effect experience, and participating in this project?
Oh man, I was so excited to be asked to be a part of this amazing project. The Black Beauty Effect is a docuseries that basically chronicalizes and also gives the flowers to all the Black people that have been these interrupters in the beauty space, whether that's skincare, makeup, hair, and I was asked to come and kind of give my experience as a Black woman in Hollywood, to talk about my experience with my hair and makeup on sets and how much it has grown or how much it hasn't grown, what still needs to be fixed, how far we've come. And it kind of gives those flowers to those that have come before us, like people like Sam Fine. We got to give him his flowers. We all know Sam Fine for the eyebrows, and he can beat a face. He's one of the pillars in the Black community as far as in the beauty space that really made a mark and a name for himself. And a lot of the beauty trends that are out now. The hoop earring, the highlight under the, the eyes. A lot of these new beauty trends that Black people may not have been given their flowers for, they're getting their flowers in this documentary. And it's super inspiring. It's a tearjerker. It's hilarious. It's all of those amazing things. And it's a story of triumph. And I was just so honored to be a part of it.
Right on. And lastly, Miss Amber, I mean, what else are you working on? Anything we should keep our eye on? What's on Miss Amber Riley's bucket list at this point?
Oh man, I'm doing my second EP right now. I'm finishing it up. It'll be out next year, early the top of next year. Super excited to put music out again. My first EP did really, really well. I did it independently. And this time around, working with big producers, amazing writers, and I just can't wait till everybody hears this music because it really is coming out amazing.